All right, hey! Welcome to a another Ether Raids video for today. We got some bonus content, and we're just gonna try out the new legendary dragon, Corrin. Particularly just to see the matchup against Leon because I'm not sure if I'm going to be using him at all. So might as well just get some test runs in, just to do some comparisons. I was kind of considering like, is he like really that better than legendary Alir? Because I think I was saying that earlier in the last video. So um, it's not Earth season, so we're gonna have to go with legendary female Alir. I don't have any merges, so it's a good comparison that way. No dragon flowers, no merges. Both of them are neutral IVs, and we're just going to throw them in with four mythics, quad mythics, and see how they do against some of these friend maps, some of my friend maps here. And we're going to see if they can tank Leon. Pretty much that's, I mean, there's no, well, green, so maybe I should probably try to tank Sanaki, but then I'm pretty sure Sanaki wouldn't win that matchup since I have no penalty neutralization in this season. So yeah, that is an easy loss for both of them, I would think. So let's start off with legendary female Alir here. It's going to be Leon up first. 41-41. All right. Alir's dead. Okay. So that's a failure for Alir, and now we're gonna go ahead and try out Corrin. Let's go try out Corrin and see how he does here. That was not close at. Well, then again, it is. I don't know how much I should factor in the burn damage into this assessment. I assume that we'll get an Ike ring eventually, like what, an emblem ring eventually that will negate such types of damages, burn damages, out pre-combat damage. Even maybe even AoEs. Maybe we'll get a ring that negates AoE or offers AoE damage. Whoa. A ring, an emblem ring that offers AoE damage reduction. That would be pretty crazy. So yeah, let's see how Corrin does against this Leon. Fatal Smoke 4. Ploy. Okay, so that means 4 less damage. 7 less damage, at least. Haven't changed his build or anything, but I'm considering maybe changing out Dragon Wall, the Tier 4 Dragon Wall, for something else. I don't know. No follow-up, probably. Because it would have been a good thing for him to double here. He's not doubling. That's significantly. That is way less. He has way more res than female Alir. And there's the terrain, which is useless at this point because the combat is already over. No one else attacked, so I mean, what is even the point? But there you have it. Corrin is alive, at least in this map, or for this map. We're going to try a couple just to see how he performs, to get a good subset. Is that what I'd be? Subset? No. To get a better analysis of how well he performs. I'm going to throw Ike in there as well, just to have like the benchmark. I'm pretty sure that Ike is probably the best unit to use as the benchmark right now, since he's going to survive everything. So, well, at least I expect him to. So yeah, we're going to throw Ike in as well and see how he does, especially against this Leon here. Only 15 damage, and without a special, Ike is not dying here. If Leon isn't hitting a special, Ike is not gonna die. See, 0, and unfortunately he won't heal. But as we've seen from the prior setups, no one else is gonna come down and attack. That's the problem with these line maps. As I've said before, if you have the space, you're probably gonna win because yeah, there's no overlap for most of them at least. I want to give Lumera a try here just to see what'll happen here. for this map in particular. I mean, we've already seen her survive Dual Leon, but that Dual Leon wasn't necessarily the strongest. So let's see with the Fiddle Smoke, attack, attack buff from Arvel 4018. Still doing it. This is again bonus stats, so I don't know how much this really plays into her ability to survive, but that is promising. That's actually pretty good. And also, I forgot to give her. I forgot to give her. Well, I took it off because Alir needed it. Legendary female Alir had to get it, so she wasn't able to counterattack, distant counter for dragons. So there's that. Point to Corin for that. Point to legendary male Corin for that. Corin, because he has the distant counter in his weapon. Maybe if they had released female Corin a little bit later, she would have been. Well, definitely, I think, because it seems to be a running theme now. I don't see why you would make them dragon units legendary at this point without the distant counter in their weapons, because it's the extra slot for it. I mean, she could have used that to get some extra res. Maybe that would have helped her out in that matchup against Leon. But then again, Corin, male Corin, God damn it, there's so many. He has speed res, whereas she has speed attack speed finish. So maybe that also plays a part in the matchup. But so far, male Corin is looking like, oh, I didn't move. What, 18 times 2? That's not a lot. Why is that so low? 18 times 2. Veil is not bonus or anything. Typically, Sanaki would have won that matchup. 44, pre-charge, and then Veil removed it with her Scowl. I really hate that it's called Scowl. They should call it something else. They should. Scowl is not an easy word to. I don't. How did they even come up with that? No follow up, no overlap, no dancer. Okay, so we're done here. Messed up with the veil placement there, but that's fine. Very surprised that she survived that Sanaki. That typically does not happen. Do not do that. Don't bait Sanaki with veil. She will die. But yeah, let's try with Alir here. So far, this Leon seems to be doing less damage. Although that could be because Arvel isn't here. Arvel gives the res buff. Okay. But then 3 attack from... I think the res buff would work out to be more from the chip damage. She's squatting. Scowl. 22. She survived, but this is... I would hardly call this a win. If there was a dancer there, or if this was perhaps swap instead of a rally, we'd probably be in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, that assist needs to be a swap instead of a rally. It lets Baby Robin go a lot further if it's a swap instead of a rally. Although he might not swap because that lane might not be threatened, because he'd have to break the block for the lane to be threatened. But still, I hold that you probably want to run swap on him instead of the rally there. And we're going to go with Corin now. Man, the fact that he has, again, the distant counter in his weapon, huge boon. That's a fantastic, fantastic thing for him. Let's see what happens here. Wow, he doubles this time. Interesting. Why didn't he double before? Freer. Okay, makes sense. Still taking pretty much no damage, which is a good thing. But Yeah, so far it's just looking like new unit wins. And there again is the water terrain. And as you can see, it was completely useless because the combat that mattered already ended up. I guess unless the goal is to have him only take on one unit at a time or one unit per turn. But if you're going to go into turn two hoping that you have a better matchup, uh, yeah, you'd be mistaken there. Now, this map here, this friend map, is actually really, really good. No dancers, but you'd be surprised at how far these units can get in terms of just their offensive threat range. A lot of good support. Emran plays a really big part here in terms of just being a warp beacon. This is probably the first person that I've seen use this map to its full capability because this is a trash map. This is a terrible map, but they have made it work. And they've done so really, really well with Emran playing a big part in how the team functions here, as well as having both Robins. Melee plus uh, this Brave Robin is probably the only melee unit that actually makes good use or utilizes his role as a melee nuke well because he can get so far. He doesn't have that range issue that everyone else has. This is more damage, but he is still living, Corin. Again, what is this, Freyr? I believe that is Freyr, preventing me from doubling. Freyr? No, not Freyr? Then why didn't I double there? And again, the water terrain proved to be completely useless. Oh, oh, that is not good. Holy, that is not good at all. Can he win this? Can Corrin actually win? This is what I was saying about the water terrain and the turn two being um, potentially a spot where you would end up losing because if you don't take out at least 2 to 3 units on the first turn, you're going to have a lot of issues getting through to the back line or taking care of the rest of the units because there just won't be any space for you to hide. And because they've already advanced, the enemy team has already advanced, it puts you at a deficit in terms of combat. No one's moving. Oh, this is funny. No one's attacking. What is going on here? Holy. Okay, rally. Ooh. Yeah, he's dead. Did he help plus 26 res? It looks like he out-res Veil there. Huh. My Veil doesn't have Phantom res. I have that on Elamine. So it's kind of easy to out-res her. But Corrin died there, unfortunately. So far I'm not like impressed like with this Corrin. He is yeah, he's definitely he's strong, but at least he seems to be way stronger than Legendary Lear. And how like that's at least what 8 months maybe since she came out. So that just shows you how much the stats or just the damage power creep in general, how everything has changed in the game so far, just over that short amount of time. Um, and yeah, it's crazy how so much has already changed. Well, let's give her a shot here. I'm pretty sure she'll die, but let's give her a shot here. This is actually a really, really well-designed defense. I like this a ton. Again, especially on this map, which I think this map is absolute trash, but he has done a fantastic job building a defense here. 46, 42, death. Yeah, pretty much. Veil got out-res there, 33. The rally spectrum is playing a big part in the +5 to all stats. It's playing a big part in the enemy team here being able to out-res my Veil. Yeah, about what I expected. Corrin died. Maybe if you have a more invested Corrin, she'd probably survive. But then the same could be said about legendary male Corrin. Maybe Alir. I was saying maybe if you had a more invested Alir, she'd probably survive. But then the same could be said about legendary male Corrin if you have more investment. So that's why I just did. Well, not only that, but I'm not pulling for plus 10 of either of these units. I'm not a big fan of melee legendaries, but yeah, both of them would probably have performed better with merges. We're gonna throw Ike in here as well, just to see how Ike does. And yeah, we will. I think he should win. Oh, I messed up there. The range, Elamine. Okay. Yeah, so I think I should win here. I've been contemplating swapping out his finish skill for something else, but the +5 extra damage as well as the healing is actually pretty clutch. So I'm probably going to keep that around. It's actually really, really helpful. That aside, I still would probably have put swap on this baby Robin here. I'm just a really big fan of the amount of movement that you can get out of the swap skill for baby Robin. So I would swap the rally for swap if it were me. But here we go, 47-15. Okay, oh 15 should it's Glacies. Okay, yeah, he's dead. I thought it was Moonbow, which is what I run. But Glacies, yeah, he's definitely dead. Great job killing Ike. That is definitely what you want your defense to do currently, and it does that. So great job there. If this was swap 1-2, he would have swapped with Freyr and been able to initiate on Elamine. But also, depending on the layout here, he might not have swapped. So I don't know, but I kind of would have went with swap personally. Let's see what else we got here. As you can see, these are the teams that are actually like really high scoring, typically finish rank 1 or just tier 39. Let's try. Yeah. We just added him on defense earlier. We're gonna give this a shot. Let's put Corrin in. Just added him to my friends list. Interesting miracle builds on the range nukes, which makes it a little challenge. Well, particularly for Ike, it makes it really challenging for him to survive these combats and also to kill anything or any of these 3-4 range units because he can't double anything. Ike is not the fastest unit, so really interesting spread here with the miracle approach. Miracle on most of these units, and Fatal Smoke as well on a couple of them as well, on Ivy and Ursula. Let's lay out like this. I think actually I should have moved Lumera because I forgot that she doesn't have the disencounter seal. But the thing is, if Lumera gets doubled here, she's going to die. So either way, it wouldn't have made a difference. So, and it's bonus season, so I'm pretty sure this Ursula should double, especially with the drive support from Peony there, which is not to be discredited. Plus 25, yeah, that's way more speed than I'm getting. Big dead, yeah, definitely. So that being able to attack there wouldn't have made a difference. She still would have died. Now, this is the matchup that I was interested in. Let's see what happens here. Now, the thing is, Ursula already has Miracle charged, so Corrin won't be able to kill. Bit slow. Survives pretty well. Unfortunately, Fatal Smoke, so he can't heal. Good. Why didn't... Oh, the terrain. Okay, so the terrain there prevented Ivy from attacking because she would have been able to normally attack Corn there because she can move. Ivy can move 3 spaces, but that didn't happen. Let's try this one more time. We're gonna get Lumera out of the way this time and see how this plays out. The thing about Ivy is that she gets like so many stats from her A skill that it's ridiculous sometimes, some of the things that she's able to survive. Marth, Brave Marth, sometimes has a difficult time taking her out just because of how bulky she is. Also because she's blue and, weapon triangle. The weapon triangle actually matters with Ivy. Uh, she is that good of a blue unit. Like plus 20 speed from where? Where are you getting plus 20 speed from? And she's not exactly the fastest unit. She's pretty well. I don't want to say min max because her stats are kind of like all over the place. But plus 20 speed, just looking at her, you wouldn't imagine that she'd get that much speed. Oh, that's not good. You don't want Peony warping into attack there. That's not ideal. Great that she has no quarter, but the problem is she's dead. So yeah, you probably don't want Peony warping into attack there. And the thing is, her weapon is the thing that gives all the drives, so you can't swap her weapon out. Yeah, but why didn't Chloe attack there? She has tier 4 Wings of Mercy. She should have been able to warp and attack either one of my mythic units there. That's interesting. Can I wrap this up from here? See, the problem here is that Ivy has a lot of options in terms of food to attack. So this, again, what I was saying earlier, turn 2. So yeah, he's able to prevent everyone else from attacking, but now the problem is you have all of these units in your face, and you got to figure out how to make it through turn 2 without sacrificing any units or losing any units. From here, I'm thinking it's probably best to take out Ivy, and we're going to have to do some type of reposition play to get Plumeria off that the mountain tile. Cancel 1. Okay. All right, I think I see it. And then we'll be able to see what the matchup. Oh, she has Hardy Bearing. That's why she wasn't hitting the Desperation. Interesting. But it's not a 1. Oh, that's because I had Scowl. Okay. All right, so that makes sense. Very good defense. Very, very good defense that he has here. But yeah, this Corrin is, so far, I'm not that impressed. Gotta say. In terms of Omni-Tank options, it's always good to have more. And I like the fact that they are giving us dragon units, because dragons typically don't get the love that they deserve in this game for whatever reason. I think I was saying earlier, Fire Emblem is a game about dragons and dragon slayers, and the dragons don't get the respect that they deserve in this game. I think even Saros that you see here, she is not the best, and I really don't like that for her. She should have been way stronger. Even this Lumera should have been way stronger. Ooh, I think I overrid the terrain there. All right, so it's not a good idea to have these two on a team together because, as you can see there, yeah, override the terrain. That's not a good thing. So how he's going to get well, he has AoE damage reduction in Dragon Wall, but it's probably not enough. Way less damage this time because she's not getting the drives from Peony. And also there's a ton of damage reduction and a ton of stats there. Wow, that's a very impressive matchup against Legendary Camilla. So he's eating Sabotage. Wow, 5 times 2. That is very impressive against Camilla. Hits hard. So that's very good that he's able to survive Camilla there. Yeah, Saros needs to be. This is, well, I mean, green versus blue, yeah, but Saros, they really disrespected this Saros. She needed to do way better. They really need to pick up power level overall, power scale for these legendary dragons. or just dragons in general. I think we would be able to clear this from here if Corrin was able to heal, but so far we've been getting hit with a ton of Fatal Smoke, so we haven't been able to heal at all, and I'd have to do 2 combats here. I'd have to waste a dance. Corrin not being able to outspeed Ursula in bonus season. I don't think he'll be able to outspeed her overall. Plus 21 speed, but it really doesn't feel like it. So I'd have to waste a dance here just to get Ursula off. I'm not getting any healing from the finish skill. And it looks like he'll have to either just tank Camilla again, and then probably he'll have to tank Chloe. I don't know. Well, we haven't been able to see his matchup against this Chloe yet, but I'm pretty sure she should do a good amount of damage since she is red and he's green. I'm just double checking how much healing he gets. It doesn't look like he gets any. He doesn't look like he get any healing from his weapon, which is unfortunate. He would actually really appreciate getting some healing from his weapon. The thing that I gave him initially was Mystic Boost, but the speed res form does put in a lot of work, as you've been seeing so far. But some type of extra healing would really help out here. External healing, probably. Just to keep him healthy with the finish skill. The 7 from finish isn't enough. He needs a little bit more. 23. Oh my god. Camilla doing 1 times 2, man. That is crazy. Camilla hits hard. Camilla is no slouch when it comes to damage. And he's eating the sabotage. But he still has plus 20 res. That's a ton. I think he's dead here. Chloe will probably kill him. Yep. No problems there, though. This is a pretty decent showing. I think this gives you only 13. That's a ton of damage reduction. Yeah, I think this gives a pretty decent showing of how strong he is as a unit. Again, not sure how I'll be able to, or if I'll be able to fit him onto any teams. This is again, another nice defense here from someone that I just added on my friends list. One of the, I don't know how to say it, one of the persons that watches the channel at IDK. Yep, GG's. See you later.